Hey guys, welcome. So this is the fourth video of the series, and today we are going to learn what is difference between terminal and shell. So before actually learning the difference, we'll look into the meanings of both of them individually. So looking into the meaning of shell, what is shell? Okay, so shell is nothing but an interpreter. So what is actually an interpreter? Interpreter is nothing but which uh, interpreter is something like a translator. Suppose, just consider this example. There is a man who speaks only English, and the man who speaks only Telugu, and to establish communication between these two guys, we need someone who can understand both Telugu and English, right? So here, the man who understands both the languages is playing the role of an interpreter. Similarly, the shell also plays the role of an interpreter because in terminal we type some commands and those commands are not understood by the systems. So, who is actually translating the commands we type in the terminal? It's nothing but shell is playing the role of interpreter here. So whatever commands we type in the terminal are always given to the shell, and shell translates them into the language understood by the computer, and the computer generates some output, and that output is shown on the screen. Very simple, right? So shell plays the role of an interpreter. I hope you understood the meaning of what is an interpreter. Now going to the second point. So you also need to understand one thing. There are different kinds of interpreter in different Linux distributions, different kinds of interpreters. You can consider this example. For example, if I give some gift, if I give some gift to an English person saying that I'm giving you a gift, he thinks that he is giving me some presentation. He is giving some kind of gift. Okay, that's good. And if you say that the same thing to a German, that I am giving a gift to you, or like I am gifting you, he interprets the meaning as he is giving me poison. So gift is interpreted here as poison. So different interpreters and same word gift, but the meaning they understood is different. The meaning they interpreted is different. Similarly, in Linux there are different shells. So different shells can interpret the meaning of a same word in different ways. Okay, so the shell we are going to use is bash shell. So you might have probably heard about bash scripting, right? So bash scripting or shell scripting are always nearly synonyms, and not nearly synonyms, they are synonyms, but bash is a different flavor of shell, different flavor shell. So there are parallelly many different shells out there, but the bash is the most commonly used one in the current industry, and bash shell also comes by default with Ubuntu OS. Okay, right? So I hope we covered here 2 points. What is difference between what is shell and what are different shells out there, and what is the shell we are using? The shell we are using is, can you guess what is the shell we are using? It's nothing but bash shell, right? Okay. Now what is terminal? Terminal is nothing but the place where we type commands. The you can just see my screen. So this is the terminal. Here I am typing some command called as history. So if I type this command and if I hit enter, I am getting some output. So where I am doing all these things, I am doing all these things, nothing in terminal, right? So terminal is a place where we do all these kind of things. In order to put simple, we can view terminal as a window, to the shell, because this terminal takes the commands and it gives to the shell, and shell takes those commands and process them and compute, and it process them into a language which is understandable by the computer, and it generates output from there. So two things are clear here. One is what is shell and one is what is terminal. Shell is an interpreter, and terminal is a window to the shell. So through terminal we are giving commands to shell, and shell is processing those commands, and after it processes those commands it is giving us back the output. So two things are very clear here. So let's summarize the points whatever we have learned. So you can see on the screen, the first point is commands are just the text you type in the terminal. Okay, so just remember this point. Commands are nothing but the text we type in the terminal. Okay, commands are interpreted by the shell. Like you type something in the terminal, that is nothing but command, and they are interpreted by the shell. And different shells can interpret the same text in different ways. Like I told you, an English interpreter interprets the meaning of the word gift in the same way like gift, but a German interpreter interprets the meaning of the word gift as poison. So different shells can interpret the same text in different ways. Okay, and the fourth point, the terminal is the window to the shell. So I already told you that. And this is a bonus point, commands are case sensitive. You need to carefully note that. Yes, commands are case sensitive. Just watch this point. So the command I have given before is history, right? So I'll now do something like this. I'll write everything in uppercase and I'll hit enter. So command not found. Okay, so this is error, right? So you need to carefully type commands in the manner specified. So if you miss the structure and if you miss the case sensitivity, then definitely you're going to run into error. So please note this point, and in the coming video I'll tell you, we'll actually see that whatever commands we are typing, they just follow a specific structure. Like if you are having some some knowledge on Java or any other programming like language like Python, C++, they follow some structure. When they follow some structure, it is very easy to code. Like in Java, always a class name starts with capital letter, right? And it's also the same in Python. A class letter should always start with a capital letter or an uppercase letter. So there is some structure, and if you have the knowledge on different languages, in any of the language they follow some structure to code. Similarly, our Linux operating system, our scripting, or the commands we give, they also follow some structure. If we follow some structure, then it's very easy to remember everything, and it's very easy to code, and it's very easy to put your hands into shell scripting and go from there. So that's all for the video. Thank you.